Everybody, it's Rory from ANSgear. We've got the brand new HK RMX goggle. This is the complete goggle on the table, ready to look at. So this is the new lens that comes for the RMXs, the new frames, and then the bottoms and the ears we've seen already when they were using them to mount up to a JT frame. But now we've got the HK strap, we've got the RMX bottom and ears, and then the RMX frame and the lens to take a gander at. So this is the bag. You're going to see it come in right here. Has a large drawstring on it, so very thick drawstring, kind of like the same drawstrings that are in the pants, like the jogger pants, but nice and thick. I like that. Nice little bag to keep your lenses from scratching, keep it from getting all buggered up when you throw it into your gear bag. I can unfold that. You can see that it says RMX Goggle System, HK Army, and then the back side is a knit mesh. So it is breathable, so you can stay nice and comfortable in there. All right, so here's our goggle. You guys see it right here. You can see it from the top. You can look inside. You can look here. See that all around in there. So it has a bigger lens. It's got a quick release or quick change lens system. It's very flexible, which we want to see, you know, with kind of the ProFlex being the pinnacle of flexibleness when it comes to a goggle bottom flexing. This one has got that flex you're looking for. Nice woven straps on the back. Has a nice patch on the inside with that silicone printing on there, so it's going to keep it nice and secure on your head. The ears, flexible rubber. Foam removable on the inside. It's not glued in, it's removable, so you can pop that foam out and replace it. Super simple, super straightforward. But people really want to kind of see the lens, and they want to see how easy it is to switch the lens out. And it is very, very easy to switch it out. Let's go ahead and do that. We're going to go to the side. Now the side has a clip on it right here. You can see this piece, and you see the little line right there. This piece is separate from the actual frame. So we're going to take this piece and we're going to rotate it up. So this inside edge, when you go to put the goggle back together, you're going to start with that up, and when we take it apart, we're going to end with that part up. So we're going to rotate this up like that, and then that will just pop right out. And we can do the same thing to the other side. Rotate up. It's going to pop right out. You can see the little indexing system on the bottom right there. It goes into the slot and then rotates. So this kind of system on how these snap in and rotate, very similar to the HSTL goggle from HK, but this on their newest version. So it goes in, rotates down, goes back, pops out. Once we have it out, both sides, as you see right here, we can take our, I guess you'd call it a visor. It's a little bit of like a sun shield, rain shield. And we're going to lift it up a little bit. And that's going to kind of give the lens space to clear and come on out. So I do that. At the same time, I'm going to grab the sides, get my fingers underneath them like I was doing an HSTL goggle. Then I can push the top up and I can pop that right out. And then here's our lens. See, it does say RMX on the bottom of it, right there. That's going to be for the RMX goggle. And then if you're, switching to a clear, switching to, whatever other colors are going to come out for it. I'm not sure at this point what colors, lenses, your options are going to be out there, but I know there's going to be clear and there's going to be a smoke. So whatever you happen to be switching to, you throw that back in and go from there. Now, Paul, you're going to have a lot of questions probably about compatibility with other goggles. So I did try to take a ProFlex bottom and put it onto this frame, and the holes lined up properly, like where the posts go through to lock the bottom in place, but it did not go on securely. It was very easy to just, with no pressure, I could pull it apart. So I would not recommend, from a safety standpoint, you taking JT bottoms and putting them onto the RMX frame. The ears switched out just fine. The strap's going to switch out just fine. So any of those, you can switch that out. But the bottoms, the JT skirts the nose and skirt, I would not recommend putting those on there. One thing I will remind you or show you, that when we put this on, you see our butterfly from our strap comes through just the little slot right here. When we put this on, we want the butterfly to be folded back on itself. We don't want the butterfly to be right here up against the post. We want to give it a little bit of space and then bring it back. That gives room for you to get this and then twist it on there. And you can see that the butterfly is now sitting right behind there. So if this pulls, this butterfly can't slip back through there and get out somehow. Second thing we'll talk about is if you ever take the screws out of your ears, they are thinner on one side and thicker on the other. Let me take these ones out real quick. So you have a thin side like this, and then you have the thicker side like this one. The thin side would be the female side and the thick side would be the male side. On the bottoms, we typically put the thicker one on the outside because it looks better than this one on the outside. It doesn't technically matter which one you put on there, but I think it looks better this way. But when we're working with the top side, if you put the thick piece of the rivet on the outside, when you go to lay your lens on, the lens cannot sit completely flush against the frame. So you'll have it sticking out and then you won't be able to get your side piece on and rotate it into place. So from the top side of the earpiece connecting to the frame, you want to make sure that the larger part goes on the inside and the thinner part goes on the outside. That way you have plenty of room when you go to tighten your lens on or to snap your lens on, that this is flush along here. Otherwise it'll sit up too high and the lens won't completely go against it. All right, so let's get our lens back in. We've got some tabs on the top of our lens right here. Boop, 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 boop. You can see that right there and there. You can see it better like that. You want to get those tabs into the top holes where those tabs are going to slot into. So we're going to put those up in there like that. Then I use the goggle bag, because if you don't, you're just going to get fingerprints all over it, but you can always wipe your fingerprints off. Using the goggle bag, I kind of lift it up so that it can get underneath the bridge and snap into place. So it fits behind the nose bridge right there. There's a little groove where it's going to drop into, and it does the same thing on the top. There's a groove in the visor at the top where the lens will fit inside of in there. Once we have that snapped in, we take our strap. We talked about making sure that this is folded back, and then we're going to start with this inside edge facing up. We drop it in, and then we rotate forward. You can pull on our strap. Same thing over here. Make sure that our butterfly is behind. Turn this to my other hand. Inside edge goes up, and then we rotate into place. And there you go. It does fit glasses. It's got the cutout on the inside right there. These Ray-Bans are pretty thick, and I can fit them underneath here. Not a problem. Get them in there, super easy. So if you have thinner frames for your glasses, it should fit in no problem. If you've got thicker ones than these, you might feel a little bit of compression on the side, but these are pretty big. And that's it right there. There's gonna be multiple colors available. This is a gold one that I have up on the table right now. Got your goggle bag. Oh, people might want to know how much it weighs. So let's put this on here. Oh, it does have the magnetic chin lock. I didn't say that also. So let's lock that. Zeros. 341 grams. Let's change that to pounds. So 12 ounces, so that's 3/4 of a pound. So not even a pound, 12 ounces straight up. which is 3/4 of a pound. So not a heavy goggle. All right. Here we have it, the brand new RMX from HK. It's on the website, in stock. Check out all the colors at ANSgear.com.